What's up, y'all? Straight to the point. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Shout out to the whole Lions Den. We talking about a little bit of everything today. Um, I didn't put it in the title yet, but we are talking about Canelo and we're talking about Crawford right now. And according to The Ring, it was announced on Twitter yesterday that the fight is off between Canelo, Canelo Alvarez, and um, Terrence Crawford. I'm a Canelo fan. I'm also I like Terrence Crawford too. I'm a fan. I'm not a hardcore fan of Terrence Crawford. I'm not going to even front like I am, but I definitely he has my respect in terms of who he is, and he is, in my opinion, the best pound for pound fighter right now as we speak. Okay, um, I have Usyk as a I got him and Usyk as neck and neck, number one, and then after that, then I got Haney, and then Shakur Stevenson, um, Canelo. Well, I would put Canelo probably third or fourth or whatnot. But that's not the conversation that we're having, though. The the conversation that we're having, man, and like I said, I'm a Canelo fan. Okay, I ride with Canelo. But in a case like this, man, he just needs to go ahead and just hang him up. Um, Call it a career, man. Just go ahead and call it a career because you're leading the people astray. Everybody was looking forward to you fighting Terrence Crawford. I know at least I was. There were a lot of the naysayers that wanted to see this fight happen simply because all of the criticism surrounding Canelo, whether it's him not fighting slick fighters and just everything. I wanted him to put it to hush, but at the same time, I'm not going to say I understand, but Canelo is saying that what is he going to gain off of this fight? Well, I feel like you're going to gain a lot. Terrence Crawford, man, I don't feel like Canelo is just going to go in there and dominate Terrence Crawford. What's up, Mr. Layback? How you doing, bro? I don't feel like he's going to dominate Terrence Crawford like that. It's not going to be a case. It's not going to be a case where he's just going to walk in and just knock him out because Terrence Crawford is an intelligent fighter. He's an intelligent fighter. He's a good counter puncher. The only that you could probably say is weight. What's up with it, Alex? I see you in here, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button, man. I'm talking a little bit of boxing. If you just get Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is off right now. Shout out to Town Biz because he was the first one I saw. First it was Town Biz and then Blue Blood. So shout out to those brothers. Bruce Gas Boxing. I see you in the building, man. Make sure y'all go sub to Bruce Gas Boxing and more. Also playing a little jazz. BB King and be coming with the Dizzy Gillespie. You know what I'm saying? Man, he be coming with the muddy waters. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody block that troll, man. It's in here. But moderators block the troll. You'll have a wrench for a reason. Block the troll. Block that troll. Appreciate it. Appreciate you very much. Now, I think that Canelo Alvarez should just go ahead and just hang him up, man. I mean, everybody wanted to see the fight between you and Benavidez. If you're not gonna fight Benavidez, if you're not gonna fight Crawford, if you're not gonna fight Bivol at 175, then why are you fighting? And like I said, I'm a Canelo fan. You said you have to play some Willie Dixon, Coco. You said, damn. Well, I mean, it's the truth. I mean, if you're not gonna fight, appreciate you being in here, Daniel. Freedom of speech. I don't do anything. Hey, block that troll, man. Block the trolls that come in here. Moderators, get on y'all job, man. That's why y'all got a wrench. Block Elon Musk. Thank you. But like I said, if you're not gonna fight any of those guys, then what are you doing it for? Listen, Canelo, we know who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's a big draw. He's a you know, he's a money, you know, he's a money attraction and everything. But at the same time, it's like when you pull shit like this, man, it's depressing to the fans. Who fight? A no? Hey, get that troll out of here. Block that troll. I don't know, but my focus right now is on Canelo. It should be Canelo and Crawford. That's what everybody wanted to see. If you know, I would like to see Shakur get a good bout in with either, you know, Davis or somebody else. I'm anxious to see Shakur. Shakur is one of my top fighters. I like watching Shakur. But right now, other than that, my whole focus is what's going to happen with Canelo and what's going to happen with Crawford. Also, my other focus is what's going to happen with Morrell. Morrell. After that fight, is Morrell going to fight Beterbiev and Bivol? I think Morrell is going to fight the loser out of them, and the winner, I think, what's his name, out of Bivol and Beterbiev. I think David Benavidez is going to fight one of those guys. Other than that, my other focus is Canelo. I don't want to see Canelo in the ring with Jake Paul. I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see that. Hey, block that troll, man. You know, this is when the trolls start coming in, man. But, you know, like I said, man, I want to see it fighting, and then after that, I'll be content with Canelo. Other than that, just go ahead and retire, man. But now I'm kind of depressed right now because of that shit. I don't want to see. I really don't want to see any other bout, not unless it's Shakur and Davis, or I do want to see Ryan in the ring again with Haney. Some people don't, but I do. I want to see Devin Haney get his get back. You know what I'm saying? Because he was robbed, of course. Come on, man, let me in. Um, but I don't know why everybody coming in here, chatting Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk and Donald Trump and all that other bullshit. Come on, man. Um, let's talk NBA right now, man. That's enough of that, man. It just pisses me off talking about it. But let's talk a little NBA now. Yesterday we had the trade that took place. Of course, I kind of didn't understand what the Lakers were doing um, when they sent Dalton Knecht over to Charlotte. Dalton Knecht and Cam Reddish over there to Charlotte for Mark Williams. I didn't understand that. Yeah, Bruce, I hope you ain't bring your trolls with you, man. Bruce, you attracting the trolls, man. Brother Bruce, man. You said I think Fox and Wemby. Oh yeah, it was. And I wanted to talk about the debut too. Let me get on that real quick before I go any further. Man, they had 7 guys in double figures yesterday. When we talk about the Spurs, now it was a close game against Atlanta. I think had 24 11 or something like that. He had 24 points and assists. Uh, Sochan had 15. Chris Paul had like 11 or something like that. Castle, he was in double figures. I think Vassell had 20. Pretty much all their guys were in double figures, man. And the Spurs are going to be dangerous. And I've been telling people their record is really not all that bad. They can make a push to actually be in the play-in or possibly the playoffs. You think they look like a whole new team? Well, they still have their weapons. They still got their weapons. That's what's dangerous about them. They still have their athleticism. They still have their skill and craftiness. When we talk about De'Aaron Fox, because De'Aaron Fox, he's skilled and crafty. He's not as athletic as Vassell and Castle and those guys, but he still can get up. You know what I'm saying? He still can. I always talk about, and then you got those guys are slept on. All of those guys really hustle on defense. I like the way they play. They play fast. That was one of the things with Milwaukee that I was hearing. A lot of Milwaukee wants to play faster, and that's why they got Kyle Kuzma. People got to realize that Kyle Kuzma won a championship with the Lakers. You said Fox looked happy and played better. Yeah, he looked like a weight has been lifted off of his shoulder, and that's kind of shocking because when you play with Pop, you got to be, Pops is Greg Popovich is no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? He's no nonsense. But yes, I'm happy for De'Aaron Fox. I always like De'Aaron Fox. I think he got a bad rap with the whole Mike Brown situation. I'm not going to sit here and completely blame De'Aaron Fox. A lot of people felt like, it was him that got Mike Brown fired and all that other stuff. But Sacramento, he wanted out of Sacramento. Now we got to see what happens with Sacramento because Sacramento got Valanciunas and they got Sabonis. they're both from the same country. Um, and then you got DeMar DeRozan, and then you got um, Zach LaVine over there. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. I don't see Sacramento really going anywhere. Not without De'Aaron Fox. I mean, it doesn't take anything away from Sabonis, but I don't see them going anywhere. Now, the Brandon Ingram trade, I talked about that last night. We got until 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern, man. So the deadline is fast approaching. It'll be here right before you know it. Where did you think? Where you, the 76ers traded Martin away? We lost a good player, but KJ Martin deserved to be, somewhere else, man. I mean, there's a lot of mess with the 76ers, and being a young player like that, man, I'm saying, but again, we didn't have Joel. Once again, every time we turn around, it's like, damn, where the hell you at? And I understand, okay, back to backs and shit like that, but I'm getting tired of it. But we got Grimes, we got Quentin Grimes in return. Quentin Grimes has, that experience going deep into the playoffs and stuff. He's athletic, he's a hustler, he can hit shots, and on top of that, he's a slasher. So, we got something good in return. But I'm so sick of it. You got Maxey there. Paul George, man, is just. I think somebody called him a pandemic P again. I think it was sports and fitness rants. I looked at his little community section, and he said pandemic P, pandemic strikes again. I can't even disagree with him. I'm still confused on Embiid. What are you confused about? I mean, there's nothing to be confused about. The guy is lazy, doesn't have any type of work ethic. He's ungrateful. He's unappreciative. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. What is there to be confused about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody like that on my team. Maxey's out there putting up 31. Like, everybody talks all this shit about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, at least, I mean, he still wants to play at least. His only problem was him being a diva and shit, but Jimmy Butler is going to play. Joel Embiid tried to find any damn excuse. And that's another thing about back-to-backs and shit like that, man. Man, players were playing like way back when they were playing like three games in a row. Yeah, I love Maxey, man. You know what I'm saying? I like what he brings to the table, but he can't do it all by himself. We got to build, around him. I want to get a decent, dependable big man. Drummond is just not like Maxey's gonna have to have some guys where he's gonna have to grow with. Like you look at like right now what they're doing with Luka. They're already starting. They're getting ahead of the curve right now. They're starting to build around Luka. You can already see it. Like, getting some younger guys. The Lakers are really going younger. They got Mark Williams. Now, will Mark Williams work out? We'll have to see. You said if the 76ers trade Embiid, who you want? what's out there. Well, first off, Joel Embiid can't be traded um, until well after the trade deadline. You know, it's in his contract, and then also we also got to look at his contract too. He has a big contract that a lot of it's very risky to take on considering his injury history. You know, and on top of that, he dictates kind of where he goes. So he's kind of like he's got kind of full control of everything. That's what sucks about everything, which he really shouldn't have no full control. But that's why I'm so ready for Bob Myers to get in there because Bob Myers would have figured this out a long time ago. Nah, they wouldn't know. They're not going to do that because if you do that, then essentially you gave because you got three guys on there that have a max. It's Maxi, no pun intended. Paul George, he was on a 212 mil for 4 years, and then you got Embiid that just signed the extension over the summer, Mr. Layback. And one thing that shout out to the Kareem report. Um, One thing that I still had to listen to what Kareem was saying. I agree with him 100%. We got to get off. I would rather get off of Paul George's contract more so than Embiid because Embiid already is showing that he doesn't want to be there. Paul George is clearly not the same, man. Ricky Riggs, what's up with it? He said Lakers are ass. Um, nah, they're not. They're not ass. No, they're not. Not with Luka. Not with Luka. Yeah, I want you to come back, Ricky Riggs, and say that like in like 2 years. When LeBron is gone, you're gonna see. This was a move that you're actually gonna appreciate this move. Now they're working on his contract right now still. Trying to get Supermax because you got to realize that him coming over from Dallas to LA, he lost about 116 million. So they're trying to make that up, and that's the situation that they're still working on his contract. Shout out to Carcino because he talked about that yesterday. But no, the Lakers aren't ass. No, they're not. They've lost some defense and stuff, but I see what the Lakers are doing. You got Luka, man. Luka is a one man wrecking crew. Now he doesn't play defense. I'm pretty sure he'll work on that. You got to work on his weight and everything. But you'll appreciate this move, man. You said, yeah, they. Actually, they are ass with this roster. You don't see it yet. That's what I'm saying. These guys have not played together yet. These guys have not played together yet. You got to realize, man, you act like Austin Reeves is trash. Austin Reeves is not trash. I mean, LeBron is the only thing that you need to really just get rid of right now. I mean, they're trying to go younger. You're gonna go through some growing pains. You got to go through a little bit of. There's a period where it's going to be a tumultuous period. You got to think about it. I don't know how long you've been a Lakers fan, Ricky Riggs, but when Kobe went through a transitional phase, when Shaq and all them other guys had went, it took them a couple years to usher in just building around Kobe. So you got to think about it like that. It might be like maybe 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a process. And then on top of that, you're going in from the LeBron era into the Luka era. And they're the same player essentially, but at the same time they're much different. Luka has a better offensive package. Luka is better at the clutch in a clutch situation. Luka is a driving force that can bring your team back. If you're 15 down, he can actually bring your team and will your team back to victory. LeBron cannot do that. He can't do that at this stage of his career. Maybe so, Mr. Layback. We talked about that yesterday. Because if they're considering selling the team because they want to get they want to get gambling here in Texas, but the legislation, it they're not going to pass it. And these guys have been put in. The majority owners, the ones that eventually took over from Mark Cuban, they have like what 70%. Cubans got like 30%. So, and they've been putting a lot of money into the politicians here in Texas. Texas is a good old boy state. You just have to understand that. Do I think they should bring gambling here? Yeah, but that it's a lot of things that comes with that though. So it's a lot of things that comes with that. Yeah, gambling will be here, but it will. It's going to bring a lot of. While it will bring some positivity, it'll also bring some negativity to it. Well, just a week ago, the Mavs next 10 years look bright. Yeah, I understand, but they got AD. Like a lot of people, I'm hearing this. I'm hearing a lot of this. Ricky Ricks. This is what I'm hearing a lot of. Oh, it was an uneven trade. It wasn't. Yeah, like okay, you got rid of offense, but you got offense back and you got defense back. Like okay, I can understand. Okay, everybody's saying, okay, well, AD's hurt all the time. Luka was hurt all the time. Now, Luka was hurt when he came to LA. You understand what I'm saying? Now, everybody talking about, oh man, well, AD's not bringing it to the table. He was all NBA. Luka was all NBA. Luka's been all NBA 5 seasons. He's been an All Star for 6 seasons, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You got a lot in return. Okay, when you look at the what did you lose? You lost defense with the Lakers. You can make that up. That's why they're bringing other guys there. You get rid of LeBron, that'll be a whole bulk of your problems. I'm sorry to keep saying it like that. I don't want to keep pinpointing LeBron because that's not your only problem is getting rid of LeBron. They have to get younger, and you have to have guys that complement Luka. You might want to even bring another secondary star in. I'm not talking about LeBron because he's too old. He's 40 years old. We're talking about somebody at least somewhat in their prime or well into their peak. Yeah, no, it's no gambling here. The closest no casinos. The closest casino is in oh hell no. The closest casino is in Oklahoma. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah, you're right, K Dizzle. Hold on 1 minute, all right? Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. All right, y'all. My bad. Um, you said you can carry a gun and not gamble. Yeah, I know that's weird, ain't it? You said walk in Walmart with a revolver. Yeah, hey, but you know what though? Speaking of Walmart, that's one of the things I was going to talk about too. Walmart is. It was reported this morning that Walmart is about to make massive layoffs. I'm glad you brought that up, Ricky Ricks. They're about to start laying off a lot of people, especially in the state of California. There's going to be a lot of layoffs, man. But yeah, you can. The nearest place you can go to the casino is Oklahoma, and that's at the WinStar. Or if you're trying to go somewhere else, then of course Louisiana. But no, but they're trying to get it here. And then of course you got LeBron that wants an NBA team. He wants to own an NBA team. You know what I'm saying? So, and LeBron is a businessman. I mean, I will. You got to give him that. And he's a shrewd one at that. LeBron has shown to be a shrewd businessman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Nico Harrison has anything on LeBron in terms of being a businessman. But yeah, man, these trades have been crazy. With Brandon Ingram, like I was saying last night, I was talking to Cypress TV, and basically what I was telling him is that Brandon Ingram can get, they could do a buyout with him because I want Brandon Ingram to be in a better situation. I actually wanted Brandon Ingram to be over there with the Pistons, like him going to the Raptors or the Wizards and Charlotte and places like that. I don't even understand why they sent Dalton Connect there to Charlotte unless they're trying to do something. Because Dalton Connect to me is a starter. Dalton Connect, he's a starter, man. He can score, man. Like this guy can shoot. I slept on him. Him coming out of the draft, man. I overlooked him, man. I can't even front. I can't even cap, man. So, but besides that, it's Jimmy Butler, him going over there to Denver, not Denver, Golden State. Him going over there to Golden State. The likelihood of them winning the championship is very slim. But them making the playoffs, I can see them making the playoffs. Will they be competitive? That's the thing. And a lot of people think that Jimmy Butler's going to get into it with Draymond. I really don't see that happening, man. I don't see. Draymond is going to be Draymond. He's going to run it. He's going to talk. He's going to be who he is. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that can deal with him. There's some people that can't. And I think Jimmy Butler would be one of those guys that would be able to deal um, with Draymond. And you got to think about it. We know Jimmy Butler's not going to back down neither. He's an alpha himself. You know what I'm saying? If we're being technical, and we're looking at the situation right here that happened with Pat Riley. Jimmy Butler didn't get bullied by any means. K Dizzle, what's up with it, man? How you like the way them Spurs look, K Dizzle? K Dizzle, my nizzle for shizzle. K Dizzle. Yeah, that's something I wanted to keep my eye on. You see, Wemby had what, 24 and 12. De'Aaron Fox, he was hooping 7 guys in double figures, man, including 3 guys that had 20 points, man. Like, the Spurs are loaded, man. They're loaded. They got so many weapons. And in the next, I would say, 2 years, they're going to be scary. You said the Spurs are better. You said mediocre? No, they're not. These guys aren't mediocre. What are you talking about? Did you see last night when it went down to the wire with Atlanta? Wemby is not mediocre by any means. Mediocre is not leading the league in blocks. That's superstar. Look at Jaren Jackson Jr. That's another thing I want to talk about too. Jaren Jackson Jr. He should be all NBA. Has led this squad. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 32 last night. Jaren Jackson Jr. is averaging this season. He's averaging 24. Jaren Jackson Jr. has been phenomenal. But they're not mediocre by any means. The Spurs, they got better. If anything, they're well above average right now. You add De'Aaron Fox, a guy that can play in the pick and roll with Wemby, a younger guy. He's much younger, way younger than Chris Paul. Chris Paul can only do so much. We know Chris Paul, he's done his thing. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul is just there to be a mentor. Chris Paul, if I'm De'Aaron Fox, I'm picking Chris Paul's brain. I'm not going to pick his brain in terms of how to stay healthy, because Chris Paul he can't give nobody no advice on that. But in terms of playing a point guard position, I'm picking his brain all day. You said they barely pull that game out. Okay, it happens. The Pistons have played close games. That's, you know what that's called, K Dizzle? You know what that's called? I mean, you hooped. What is that called? That's called being battle tested. That's what they need. What good is it? OKC blowing out what you call it last night, 140 to 109, blowing out Phoenix and shit. That doesn't mean anything. And Bradley Beal can only do so much. 140 to 109, that ain't no damn game. That's not being battle tested. These guys are being battle tested. I don't give a fuck if it was Atlanta. I don't care if it was Washington Wizards. I don't care if it was New Orleans Pelicans. I'm talking about some of the bad teams. You need close games like that. Because in the playoffs, they got to know how to play situational basketball when it gets tight. So all that barely pulled it off type shit, Jordan had plenty of games in the regular season where they were battle tested because they had guys that were coming at them every single night, because they were the champs. Same thing with the Spurs when they were the champions. Same thing with the Warriors when they were champions. There was times when the Warriors, they got blown out. Let's not forget about that, K-Dude. And Steph Curry was laughing on the bench and stuff like that, which I criticized him about. Still projecting fourth in our division and maybe a playing spot. I think that the Spurs will make the playoffs. They will make a push and they will make the playoffs, essentially. Man, what is this? What are you doing? They will make the playoffs. Now, if they do make the play in, I can see them actually winning. Don't forget, De'Aaron Fox played pretty good in the playoffs. His first game, he put up like 38 points. I mean, I don't know what it is, man. K Dizzle. I don't know if Wemby, man, like I don't know, Wemby didn't shake your hand, or I mean, did Wemby talk about you or something, man? Like, man, you really don't like that nigga, man, for real. I'm like, damn, man. Like, what did Wemby do? K Dizzle like, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea about me. Man, he just want the world to see, man, that he's a hooper. That's all. Yeah, and you up in here, man, criticizing Wemby like he been in the league like 20 years, man. Whose spot they gonna take? The Suns, the Mavs, the Wolves, the Lakers, top four. They'll be better than the Lakers eventually. Okay. The Timberwolves, I don't know. They what's it called? Anthony Edwards had like 49. Whew. Um, the Suns, yes, they can definitely be better than the Suns. The Suns are depleted right now. You see, last night they didn't even have KD. The Mavs. I don't know. It depends on how they look when AD gets back. You know what I'm saying? That depends. I don't want to say it all depends, man, um, on how they look when AD gets back. And AD looks like he's having so much fun over there too. You said I like Fox more move for the Spurs. It makes Wemby operate more from the block in the mid range. I mean, he was gonna do that regardless. K Dizzle, I think man, Wemby was gonna do that regardless, man. He like you got to really sit down and man and really watch the game, man. He's really improving, man. He's posting up more. He's getting a little bit tougher, man. I mean, it's not a it's not an overnight thing, man. It takes a little bit of time. You got to realize he's coming from a completely different culture, man. Like in terms of how they play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's in a different generation too. But him working with guys like David Robinson and Tim Duncan and Hakeem Olajuwon, guys like that who he's been working with, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna operate, man. So, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications too. Appreciate y'all pulling up straight to the point. sports and entertainment. I'll get at y'all later.